about what we can do as individuals. It feels rather overwhelming, especially when our government is in denial or suppression about the whole subject.
Sure.
Boy, you're right about that. Yeah.
Sure. Well, again, if there's time to go into detail, but I'll try to make it right to the point. Amnesty is number one, meaning that an amnesty bill, meaning that there are those in the government, I know for a fact, that want to come out and come forward about the phenomena, about their relationship and interaction with these beings. The reason they can't come forth because, as we all know, there's been a lot of death, dying, and suffering to keep this stuff secret. We know that.
I know. You sound just like Stephen Greer now.
And coming forward would mean execution, in a sense. So an amnesty thing for them to come forward. As far as the environment is concerned, and I really didn't want to do this in a few seconds, but I understand the time thing, to lead to this so it'll make sense. There is a chance. And the chance clearly is at the first place, and there is a plan. And Art, if there's ever a time you'd like me back on to go into a little more detail with that and other things.
Oh yes.
But there is a plan for the first thing and foremost, an absolute must, is the rainforest. The rainforest. That's the heart, the lungs. That's the only thing left that's filtering, cleaning, so to speak. And I can get into that detail another time. And there's a way to preserve it. There's a way for the United States to get involved, the rest of the world, and there's a way for the military to be involved. There's a way for all the secret agencies to be involved.
Jim, what's happening with our rainforest right now is that they've built a road through it. Bad idea. Because now the poor people, and you can't blame them, are burning the rainforest down. They're planting crops. They get exactly 1 year of crops, maybe 2 at the most. Then they've got to go further down the road, burn more of the rainforest, and my God, Jim, you can see it from satellites in orbit. You can see the rainforest burning.
Well,
so
here's what you do. I know we're running out of time. I didn't mean to cut you. I'm sorry. Did you finish the statement? Just to give you a hint.
Well, I finished my statement. Yes.
Yeah. Just a hint on one of the things that can be done. Why are those people? This is coming from again, let's say higher minds. I don't want to say bigger minds that can simulate more data than we can, and understand it and process it and come up with solutions. Why are those people doing that? You have to ask yourself.
Survival.
So what would it take for them to be somewhere else? Money. Okay? So if for example, silly, and you know what, and their business practices that were related to me seem so silly and stupid. Like I said, some of the things they talk about are so corny, but then I start thinking about it, and over weeks and months and sometimes years, and I go, man, that's the answer. Because let's say I'm a landlord in Central or South America, so to speak. I've got I control 500 million acres of rainforest. I'm just making something up, okay? Now, this is my land, okay? I'm the government, I'm this, I'm that, I'm whatever. What would be the wildest hopes and dreams that I think money that I can get for this property, this resource? Simple. Double what they want. Double it. Buy it. Double it.
Maybe we better start doing that. I don't know what it's going to take. It's going to take probably, Jim, some kind of crisis. Our government, I don't know about other governments of the world, but the American government operates from crisis to crisis to crisis. The problem is that when this environmental crisis gets to that point, that tipping point that the scientists say we're close to, it'll be too damn late. East of the Rockies, Donna, you're on. Donnie, you're on from Missouri with Jim.
Hi, Art. It's an honor to speak to you.
Thank you.
Jim, did you say earlier that you had spells of blanking out when you encountered the ETs?
Yes. Blackout periods would be when you're being pulled. Blackout periods would occur when I would be doing things that they absolutely didn't want me to do, and there was no other way to stop it but to, put me down, so to speak, which would be render me unconscious.
Well, is it possible that while you were out that they were doing experiments or trying to implant you with chips?
Oh, sure. Sure.
Well, that's not good.
No, that's not good. Have you been tested? Have you had any MRIs, that kind of thing done?
Well, I was having headaches that I thought were unrelated, or I was getting migraines at one period. I don't get them anymore, and I never got them most of my life, but there was like a 6-month period where I was literally getting migraines. I went in for an MRI, and when the physician came out that looked it over, he noticed that there were round balls or nodules in my nasal passage near, the right deep inside there, like 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And look, I don't get over dramatic. I don't get over scared. I don't panic. I don't this and that. He says, I'm not quite sure what it is. I think it's benign, but he says, I'd like to keep an eye on that just to see what they do, like to see if they grow or whatever. They just look a little strange to me. So this is what I came to answer that question. I don't care. I don't want anybody to find anything. If it meant something for people to look and it was really that important and I made a decision it was okay down the road, fine. It's not that important to me. It might help maybe for credibility purposes or what have you. For all I know, I can have 500 chips inside me. For all I know, I might only have 3, which, this physician saw through the MRI. So I don't really have a desire to do it, and I'm not super opposed to it. It's just that right. I kind of look at I'm listening to the message, and I'm not concerned about the messenger as so much as I am the message. If I can relate that, it makes sense.
You do. Gary in San Antonio, Texas. Time short. Jim Sparks is all yours.
Art, first time to talk with you. Always a pleasure to listen to you. Mr. Sparks, if those creatures are so concerned about this planet that they gave our government the technology to cure the world's ills to share with the rest of us, and our government, you say, won't do that, then why haven't those creatures given you the technology or someone else to share with us? And question 2, did those creatures instruct you that they created or modified our DNA? Thanks.
Okay.
Well, those are 2 big ones, and they're good ones. Hey, being pessimistic about them is absolutely a right to feel that way and think that way, and I'm with you that way. As far as that is concerned, that's what I'm. I don't want to be a self-proclaimed mouthpiece or spokesman for this thing, but it's turning out that the road seems to be leading in that direction. Yes, I do have information. Yes, I do have data. Yes, I do have plans. Yes, I do have their ideas. And this evening, it looks like I'm not going to be able to get that across to you. But yes, there are plans for the average person.
All right, so you're aware of technology. You know you have some of their technology.
Yeah, and I've seen people. I've seen another time, another show, but if it's possible, I can tell you about people, the human beings that were gifted with the ability to create something that, and I've seen it with my own eyes because of the contact I've had. I even worked for 6 months with a defense contractor, military defense contractor.
Okay, we'll hold that for another show.
And promised that I would never reveal who he was.
Okay, we'll hold that for another show. Stop there. DNA. Have they tampered with our DNA? That's almost got to be a yes or no question.
Yes, from day one. Yeah.
Yes, from day one.
From day one.
Jim, I don't know how to thank you for being here except to plug your book for you, and I'll sure do that. Buddy, thank you.
You're welcome, Art, and I really appreciate the experience with you. It's an honor, and I look forward to more.
We'll do it again, my friend. Good night.
Good night, Art.
That's Jim Sparks, 5 hours. It's a very rare thing that I'll do that, but ladies and gentlemen, this one justified it. The book is The Keepers, an alien message for the human race. I absolutely recommend you check it out. That man had a lot to say. Whew, what a night. My God, what a night. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just half the weekend. I'll see you tomorrow night from Manila in the Philippines. Night-night.